Team 6 raided this compound, killing the world's deadliest terrorist and locating tons of information that could help the military in its fight against terrorism. Their top-notch performance has many people wondering if it was their training or special characteristics that helped them perform this mission successfully under very intense pressure. Here to explain what makes SEALs elite is former U.S. Navy SEAL David Rutherford. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning to you.
The world is fascinated, in particular right now, with Navy SEALs. What makes them different? What sets them apart? Somewhere between 10 and 15% make it through the most intense training on the planet. Why? Why is it so difficult? What separates you?
People have been trying to figure this out since the inception, for over 60 years. What generates the person to get up, volunteer, to put yourself in life and death situations all the time, and to do it with little or no pay almost, and it really comes down to wanting to serve the greater good, I think.
That's the common trait.
To test yourself initially, and to build that self-confidence that's inside you.
But is it physical, is it mental, or is it a combination of both that sets you apart from most folks, even most soldiers?
I don't know. I think it's a combination of the two, absolutely. Of course, to be able to do anything like these guys were capable of doing, you have to be a top-notch physical condition, but the mental acuity that is required is it's astronomical, especially the guys at that level.
There's an article in the Wall Street Journal today about who makes it through, but rather points out who doesn't make it through. They say the weightlifter who wants to show that their bicep defines their strength doesn't make it. The tattooed guy that wants to show the world how tough he is doesn't make it. The former all-star athlete, he doesn't make it. So who does make it through?
That's a great point. I mean, the reality is I've had guys that had their parents were both in prison when they were younger. I have friends that had master's degrees that made it through. It really comes down to what you want to achieve in your own heart, how much commitment you're willing to give to achieve your ultimate dream and to be a part of something elite.
We hear about all sorts of physical tests, like your hands and your feet tied together, a 50-meter swim, and that's nothing. What are the other physical tests that you have to prove, that you have to overcome to get to where you are?
It's an endless supply. It's a never-ending test of evolutions that happen, and that's just in basic underwater demolition SEAL training. Once you get to SQT, then you get to a platoon, you do a year workup, and then from there, to get to SEAL Team 6, you have to go through a whole 6-month training program for them, and then those guys are moving at 1,000 miles an hour. I mean, they're gone over 300 days a year. They're away from their families, and it's full steam ahead.
You told me about a 5 or 6 mile mountain run with a 65-pound sack. Unbelievable. Is there now clearly these physical accomplishments are nothing that people like myself could accomplish. So is there anything for me and the average Joe out there to help folks overcome some trying, some difficult, some stressful situations? Is there anything we can learn from what you go through?
Absolutely. The key to succeed in life is to work on your self-confidence every single day, and to forge that into something where you can face all of life's tough challenges, because guess what? Life is hard, right? So you forge that self-confidence, and then you recognize that it's a team life that we live, and that we can't do it alone. Those guys on that mission, they knew they had each other's backs from the minute they started planning 6 months ago, or even before then, and that they knew that if one would fall, there'd be another one to pick them up. So it's that team life concept that really drives people to succeed.
And above all else, you say that's what defines the SEALs, is their commitment to one another and their bond.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that goes across the board, throughout the military, most significantly within the Special Operations Forces, whether you have Ranger or Special Green Berets or Delta Force or Dev Group, it's across the board. It's the camaraderie. It's your swim buddy who's next to you that drives you to want to be better and better and better every single day.
Man, you've inspired me this morning. I'll tell you what, if you want more of that, he's a motivational speaker. Find him at teamfroglogic.com. I'm on board. David Rutherford, thanks for your service.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thanks for being here.